Hello, everyone. This is Pastor Eric, pastor at the Overcomers Church, in for Kingdom with no limit. Our kingdom has no limit, and in our kingdom, we enjoy the time the Lord gave to us. We are at the second part of this show, and I'm loving it. What does love mean in relationship? What does love mean in relationship? We got to define what does love mean, because many people don't understand what love means. Why? Because you probably didn't grow up with a father to teach you love. Maybe you didn't grow up with a mother to teach you love. Maybe you didn't grow up with a sister to teach you love. Whatever the reason may be, you got to understand that love has a language. And if love has a language, you got to discover how does love speak. So in our previous shows, in the first part, I was saying, number 12, that when you love somebody, okay, love means to play silly. Don't be too hard. Don't be too stiff. You got to be jokeful sometime, okay? Love means dance around, like joke. Have fun in the bedroom, in the kitchen, at the house. Sometimes you crack a few jokes and people see you smile. I lost my father last year around July. And one thing that I noticed about my dad is he was a very jokeful person outside the house. But when he comes home, this man was always serious. My dad would never smile. My dad would not joke, especially when he's at home. Every once in a while, he'll crack a few jokes here and there. It's rare. It was rare to see this man laughing. I grew up to understand when I become a father, a mentor, I grew up to understand that it was because of situation in life. However, that was not a good example to not laugh at home and to not joke. I've never seen my dad dancing. I've never seen my dad cracking jokes. I've never seen my dad laughing. My dad was a serious dude. Like he had a very serious face at home. But outside, he was having fun with his friend. He was joking. My dad would laugh and the whole street would lit up. My dad would laugh and everybody would hear his rocky, loud, rock and roll type of musician type of voice. But at home, he wasn't like that. And I understood why, like I said. But love means to play fun sometimes. There is no way you're going to say you love somebody without acting silly every once in a while. There is no way you're going to say you love somebody without acting jokeful or without being silly and goofy at times. So don't be too stiff. Don't be too serious. Don't be always grumpy and grouchy and impregnable and difficult to discern, difficult to get along with. Many times, crack jokes, make things fun and laugh things out, okay? Number 13, love means listening when one of you is talking. Both of you should feel heard. Oh, yes. This is for somebody out there. Some people just talk, and talk. I'm talking because there's nobody to talk to right now. But if you don't know what love means when I'm talking, just listen. Don't cut me off. Just listen. Listen to what I got to say, because whatever I'm trying to say is feeling attached. There's feeling attached to it, okay? And if you're trying to cut me off when I'm talking, regardless of what I'm saying, no matter how silly this may be, you disrespecting me. You disregarding my feeling. You undermining my feeling. So that's not love. If you really love me, listen to me. Listen to me as I'm talking. If I have complaints, listen to my complaints. Even if you have, and plus listen. Listening is not only when I'm staring at the ceiling or I'm rolling my eye. No. How can this be when I'm talking to you and you're rolling your eye? Or give me a dead facial expression. Look, conversation is not verbal. It's also 70% body language. Your body offers or give out, emits language. And it's easier to read body language than to read what word you're speaking. Okay? So when you want to feel love, you want to learn to listen to your partner. Let's talk. And as I'm talking, don't cut me off. Wait till I finish my thoughts. I'm talking, listen to me, okay, attentively. Then, when it comes to your turn, I'm going to listen to you. But what we see nowadays is just jump in. And then at the end of the day, nothing is solved. We end up being even more hurt. Number 14. Praying even in good and bad time. Learning to give thanks. Praying humbles you to love. Yes. Couples that pray together stay together. Love means to pray together. Let us pray together. Many years ago, a couple came and see me, and they're trying to speak about how they're going to divorce. I said, okay, you want to divorce? Yeah, I'm done. He's tired. I'm tired of him. He's like this. And I said, okay, that's fine. That's very fine. Well, you both should kneel down and bless your divorce. Kneel down and pray for your divorce. Bless it. Now they are staring at me. They are looking at me. I said, yeah, kneel down. Kneel down and bless your divorce. I'll bless your divorce. And neither of them want to move and bless the divorce. I said, why don't you want to bless your divorce? Didn't you bless your marriage? Yes, we blessed the marriage. We prayed, we fasted. I said, then go ahead and fast and pray again for your divorce. If you pray your way in, then pray your way out. If you fasted your way in, then fast your way out. They didn't want to do it. I said, okay, then that's fine. Then get out of my office. Leave. You're not ready for divorce. When you get ready, come back and see me. Go work your problem out. Thank God they did not divorce. So prayer works. The Bible says where there is 2 or 3, God, Jesus is in the midst of us. So when a couple come together and they pray about a topic, God hears them. Okay? So love means praying together, holding one another's hand, praying about the problems that the household is facing. Problem of our children trying to smoke and being in a drug and partying. Problem of children trying to drop out of college, not being an example. Problem of joblessness. Problem of money. Problem of mortgage issue. Problem of this, problem of that. We come together. See, the enemy will never, ever gonna let you come together and pray. Never. Matter of fact, notice this. And this, I know it for a fact. Whenever you both decide to come together and pray, there is going to be a little fights, a little resentment. Why? Because prayer cannot be made. You know you're talking to a genuine God. So whenever you are not genuine in your heart, it becomes hard to pray because you cannot fake your prayer up. You can't. So whatever that situation comes in your house, pray together. Pray. Make sure you pray. Don't you ever, ever let the situation grow in your house without praying with your spouse. Okay? Number 16. Love means asking for help from your loved one, okay, when you can do it on your own. And I have a problem here. There is a difference between being independent and being individualistic, okay? Some people are just individualistic. They're not egocentric. They're not self-centered. They just don't want to bother anybody. That could be pride. Your pride can make you think that you are bothering people. So because I'm going to be honest. I have this problem too, where I don't want to bother people. And because I don't want to bother people, I'd rather not ask anybody to do anything for me. I'd rather do it myself. I could have saved myself some time doing what I'm doing by just delegating. So sometimes people don't want to depend on other people. Say, no, I'll do it myself. And at the end of the day, you end up taking so much on your workload that you break down. All right? If you love me, tell me how I can help. If you can tell me how I can help, I'll be glad to be part of your vision, part of your dream, part of your activities. But some people just don't want to put a hand on everything. They want to handle everything on themselves. They don't want to trust somebody else to make mistakes and to learn. And that's wrong. You're going to have to learn. You're going to have to learn to call for help. I know I don't want no help. I don't want nobody to ever come back and ask me this. Oh, I don't want no help because I don't want anybody to come and question me. Oh, I don't want no help because I don't want anybody to no, excuse me, no. You gotta ask your wife, hey, can you please help me take my car to the dealer or to offer oil change? Ask it. And even if they say no, at least you ask. But the reason why many people don't ask is because they are hurt. They asked before, and the person, the significant other, the loved one said no. It was a rude no. They couldn't do it. So therefore now they're like, you know what, I'm not going to ask anymore. I'm tired of all this. If you love me, ask for help, okay, from your loved one. Can you cook for me? Can you make me a breakfast? Can you find my socks for me? Can you help me put my shoes together? This little bit of things, it just creates a teamwork. When I ask you to do something that I could do or I don't have time to do, and you chime in and you walk in and you're trying to do it with me, it creates a little teamwork. There is a gratification going on there. There is just a little joy, a release of oxytocin. Oh, thank you for doing this for me. Oh, you bet. Thank you. Oh, my pleasure. Anytime. It just creates a little bit. It feels good to feel like you've been a help for somebody. But imagine if I'm suppressing the ability for someone to feel loved by not ever asking them to do anything. I want to help people. If you ask me to help you, I'm gonna go ahead full blown to the extreme and make sure you are happy. But if you don't allow me to be a help, then you're suppressing my ability to express myself as a loving man. All right? So we need to change on this. I know we live in a very complicated situation where everybody's independent. You have your own money, you have your own car, you have your own job, you have your own business, you have your own house. But there will be a day where you need somebody. I'm not saying go ahead and be depending on people too much. There has got to be a balance. But when you love somebody, it means go ask them for help, even when you can do it. Okay? Number 17. Analyzing yourself to see any wrongdoing in you before accusing your loved ones. Love means you got to love yourself too. That's true. But being able to love yourself is to be able to analyze yourself and understand that there is a wrongdoing on your side and apologize. Before the issue got brought up to you, before the problem is brought up to you, you must understand that you have already done wrong. Maturity is simple. Anyone that is mature become wiser. And when you grow up to be wiser, you know when you made a mistake, when you are faulty. You know when you made a mistake and you apologize. Oh, this morning as you're walking out, I made a comment that wasn't nice. I know you didn't say anything, but I want to go ahead and apologize. In many cases, your spouse will tell you something like, oh, no, it's okay. I know you were joking. Well, the truth of the matter is, they know you were not joking. They were hurt by whatever you said. But because they wanted to maintain peace, they never brought it up. But for you going extra to apologize, you considering my feelings, you knew I was hurt, so you coming to apologize without me asking you to apologize, without me bringing the case and the situation to you. You're apologizing. Oh my goodness, what kind of love is this? You love me, all right? So even with God, it's not all the time that God is going to walk up to you and tell you what you have done wrong. You got to come within yourself and show that you have done wrong. All right? So sometimes it's good. Hey, some time ago, I know I shouldn't talk to you that way. I kind of like raise my voice on you. I'm so sorry. I overreacted. Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. Well, it's okay. It's all right. I moved on. It feels good for an individual to come on their own and apologize for what they have done wrong. And you have to learn that. Don't be overly apologetic, but You got to learn to come deep in yourself and apologize, okay? All right? So you got to learn to analyze yourself to see any wrongdoing in you before accusing your loved ones. Don't go around and accuse people of what they have done wrong. You did this. You don't do this to me. You talk to me that way. You accuse somebody. You just got to sit and say, you know what? Maybe I'm the one that did this. Maybe I should have done this right. All right. Okay. At the end of the day, for every coin, there is a head and there is a tail. Cause and effects. Okay. Action and reaction. Number 18. Bumping each other as you two walk because you are so cozy together. Oh yeah. You wanna make sure your partner is not a martial art master into this. All right. Sometimes you wanna bump into your spouse. Yeah, it's a kind of love language. It goes together with what I say above. Okay, a few minutes ago, number 12, acting silly. Sometimes you can walk in the hallway. You can walk in the hallway, going to the bedrooms, and bump each other and act silly sometimes. You know, but make sure you don't Armstrong your spouse to the point that they go to the hospital. You hurt them. Some people don't measure the strength, the body strength. Just be gentle, okay? Number 19, laughing with each other, not at each other. That's deep. Laughing with each other, not at each other. Laughing at each other is mockery. For instance, your spouse just lost a job and you're just making fun of him. Oh my Lord, you just lost your job. Unbelievable. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Your spouse just got admitted in the emergency room and you're rejoicing and you're laughing. Why are you laughing? Your spouse was going down the stairs and now it gets slippery because of the weather. It's cold and they fall down and you go on laughing party. It's not funny. Don't laugh. Go help. So laughing with your partner is different from laughing at your partner. Sometimes what I do is, if she's laughing about something that is painful, then I'm laughing too about whatever that she's laughing about. So we join together into that thing. But if she's not happy at all, I'm just careful about what I'm about to say because you can just blow up the whole day like that. Okay? So sometimes you gotta make the difference between mocking at your spouse and laughing with your spouse. Okay? Don't mock your spouse. If they have a problem and you want to make sure that she doesn't take it too serious, then you apply rule number 12. Be silly, jokeful at a certain extent. Uplift them, but don't mock them. That's very traumatizing. Okay. Number 20, wiping her tears, allowing her to feel secure when she's scared or he's scared. Wiping tears. As a man, we don't cry too much. It's difficult for a man to cry. We don't cry. We are less emotional. Okay, but for women, cry help them to alleviate their pain. When she's crying, it's usually okay, all right, to be humble enough and human enough to hold her and wipe her tears. That's also what love means. However, you, the wife, if one day you find your husband crying, don't rejoice in that, okay? That moment of vulnerability is a key. Number 21, having fun turning down other suitors, okay, because you are faithful to your one and only true love. Amen. Having fun turning down other suitors. Yes. That means, love means, if someone else come and trying to talk to me, as a married man, I love my wife, and someone else is trying to come talk to me, it should be a fun thing to turn them down. Yes. Hey, I'm committed already. There is no access here. Go find yourself another partner. That's fun. And you share it with your partner. You share with your wife and your husband, and you guys make fun of it, and you guys bless God because the enemy tried it. Well, this is loving month, and I have so much to share with you, so much to share, so much to talk about. Okay, so much to talk about. Maybe I want to share moments where an elder gave me an advice, some advice. So I love to take notes. I love to take notes, and I take a lot of notes. And I want about every time I meet couples of a certain age where they spend about 30 something, 40 something, 50, 60 something in marriage, I always ask them, what's the secret of your marriage? Tell me, how did you do it? I just started, how did you do it? Tell me. Tell me, what did you do? Some people tell me, well, it was forgiveness. Other people tell me, well, it was, you know what? Matter of fact, let's just go in the notes. The number one advice I received from an elder about marriage, I want to talk about this real quick. He said, marriage is not for quitters. Yes, they always told me that. If you are going to quit, then just go on dates. Okay? If you are going to quit marriage, then go on dates. That's all. Don't try. Marriage is not for quitters. Usually, before I bless couples, I tell them this. Um, Marriage is divided into two words, marry and age. That means marry your age. The word age there has nothing to do with your age as a number. It has got to do with your level of maturity. So marriage, your level of maturity. If two people are immature and they come together, they're gonna blow up the place. So marriage is a situation of maturity. So this wise man told me, Eric, I tell you, marriage is not for quitters, because sometimes the devil is gonna hammer you. He's going to attack you. Things gonna happen. I mean, hard situation that you think, how am I ever gonna come out of this? How are we gonna make it? This crisis, this situation, are we ever going to survive? If you're gonna quit, then you're gonna quit on all of your relationship. Okay? Number two, the second advice that I received from a wise man, he says, you feel proud of yourself looking back, knowing that you honor your vow. I said, wow. So that's true. He said, relationship based on love and marriage is not about how beautiful the girl look or how handsome the man look, even if he comes, right? But he told me, Pastor Eric, many years after you get married and you look back and you didn't quit, you will be proud of yourself for honoring your vow. Now, a vow, you see, here's the thing. Marriage is a vow. You promise a person that you will be with them until death sets you apart. That's a vow, right? So, within a marriage, the very condition that brought you guys together can fade away because of this and that situation. But because you gave your word and you signed a paper as a certificate, as a proof that you just gave your word, you're like, I'm not quitting. And in the future, you'll be proud of yourself for keeping your words. People that keep their word are highly respected. People that keep their word are highly respected and they are highly honorable. So because you kept your word, your vow, you are respected. And when you are respected, you could be proud of yourself for being respected and causing people to respect you. Okay? So he told me, Eric, you'll be proud of yourself looking back many years from now that you kept your vow. I said, my goodness. The third wisdom that this man gave me, okay? He said, if your marriage is right, if you do marriage right, it will bring out the best in you and in your spouse. I said, wow. You know your marriage is wrong if you are becoming an animal, if you are becoming worse than how you started. Okay? Now, I'm not talking about the little fight here and there. No. Some people became murderer in the marriage. That means they murdered the wife, they murdered the spouse. I'm like, oh my God. So how did you start being a Christian and turn out to be a murderer or a drunkard or a partier or whatever that is into the marriage? So it turned you to become worse than how you started. Okay? So he said, if you do your marriage right, it will bring the best out of you. So he told me, this wise man told me, he said, Eric, your marriage must bring the best out of you. Commit yourself to bring the best out of your spouse, vice versa. I said, my Lord, this is so true. How many people became worse in the marriage, right? How many people became worse in the marriage? As the year goes by, they become even more traumatized. I mean, I've seen many cases, and at the moment I'm dealing with these cases where this girl was brought up in a good family. She was brought up in a very highly educated family. She got good degrees. She's making good money. And she happened to fall in love with this man. They got married. And my Lord, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Right now, she's bruised. She's filing for divorce. She's crying because the man was verbally abusive. He was calling her all kind of names. He pushed her to the ground before her daughter, her daughter, they have a daughter. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Someone that was loved in her house by her dad and by his mother, come to find out she's turning evil in a marriage. How many people got into this situation and they became murderers and they end up in jail? Well, next show, we're going to continue on the advices of the elder when it comes to love in a marriage, okay? And I want you to stay tuned. Again, this is Pastor Eric here. I want to pray in Jesus' mighty name that you celebrate this month of love, that you regain love and you love yourself, you love your spouse, you love everyone. If you're looking for a place to worship, I'm on 2815 North 81st Street, Omaha, Nebraska, 2815 North, 2815 Omaha, Nebraska, 68134. Sunday we have service at 10 and you'll be blessed. This is Love Month. Go ahead and enjoy it. Love yourself and love your neighbor. See you. Take care. Bye-bye.